Hello, everyone. Happy to start our session, which is a discussion on roles of NFTs in DeFi. Briefly present myself. My name is Irina Karagyaur. I'm a head ambassador of Polkadot for Western Europe. And I'm also head of metaverse growth at Unique Network, which is an NFT chain on Kusama and Polkadot. I'm delighted to present our panel today. So we have Paul Claudius, a co-founder of DIA, which is an open source oracle for DeFi. And we have Allan Ta, who is a co-founder of Roseon Finance, a mobile yield aggregator that manages crypto and NFT portfolio. Paul, let's have a quick introduction and introduction of yourself and your project. Paul, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and DIA.
Yeah, I'd like to. Thanks, Irina, for having us. My name is Paul. I'm one of the co-founders of DIA. DIA is a decentralized oracle provider. So we're aggregating financial data on a tick basis, basically, from different on and off-chain sources. We're aggregating that data, sanitizing it depending on the needs of our clients, saving it in an immutable way and pushing it on-chain to multiple networks. So we've been believing a cross-chain universe quite early on. DIA is a DAO based out of Switzerland. So we believe in having our stakeholders have a say in where the infrastructure is being built out to. I'm running BD at DIA, and I'm super excited to be here on the panel as NFTs are becoming very meaningful for DIA on two levels. One, NFT data is very heterogeneous, so it's quite complex to aggregate that, sanitize it, and distribute it. But we believe that's a very important role we have to take, similar into DeFi, where oracles basically are our essential building block to create applications. And on the other hand, we're lifting and using NFTs ourselves. We're so-called DIA Arts, which we launched last week, and these NFTs basically represent licenses of data. So what we do is really providing a very transparent audit trail where data derives from, what licenses are associated to such data, and we make it possible in a decentralized manner that a smart contract can hold such an NFT and ingest data and have the freedom of a clear license where this data originates from. Something which is pretty new, but when you look at traditional financial markets, there's no ETF out there which doesn't know where the data comes from, and this is what we're providing in a very decentralized manner. So NFTs, we're looking at it from two perspectives: as a utility within our infrastructure and as aggregating this bunch of heterogeneous data. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. Allan, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. So I'm Allan from, I'm Vietnamese Canadian. We are based in Vietnam. Our main operation is based in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City. And the project that we represent, I'm the founder, co-founder and CEO of Roseon Finance. And I'm just checking if the internet is still working because I don't see any expression on anyone's face. Hi, Long. So the goal of our app is a mobile app, and we aggregate liquidity, we aggregate NFTs, and we aggregate DeFi. So our goal is to bring everything together. We're a C DeFi product, so everything. The goal is to bring everything together under the mobile interface. Yeah, so we only launched 2 weeks ago, and things are picking up, and there's lots of features, and NFT partnerships are coming along. So one of the things that we're launching this week is NFT farming, where you stake one of the token, and then you earn rewards, which then can be redeemed for NFT art.
Super exciting. Congratulations on the launch, Allan. And we have Long joining us. So Long is a CEO and founder of scalable proof-of-stake voting blockchain with product line focusing on real-world usage. Long, please introduce yourself and your company. You're muted.
Yep. Thank you, Irina. And hello, all the panelists. My name is Vuong. I am CEO of TomoChain Lab. TomoChain Lab is the developer, the main developer of TomoChain and the key player in TomoChain ecosystem. So TomoChain is a public blockchain. We built the TomoChain in 2017. The focus is building a more scalable public blockchain with cheaper fees, faster transaction. And we did that and we launched the mainnet in late 2018. And we have been working on the ecosystem since then.
Thank you, Long. So our discussion today will touch 5 questions. I'd like to kick off with, what is the role of NFTs and DeFi? So let's just give everybody, I'm just going to ask questions, and I would like everybody on this panel to give opinion from your experience. What is your view of the future? So we just have this kind of live discussion. We'll go in the same sequence. So kick off with Paul. Paul, what do you think is the NFT's role in DeFi currently?
Yeah, thanks. I think there are, again, 2 perspectives which similar. We are looking at this. So NFTs being used within DeFi, as NFTs represent, apart from something desirable, collectible, they represent value, TVL. So they can be used. For now, they are mostly that capital, you could say, and DeFi loves to have some collateral, and TVLs could be that. So so NFTs value can be used in DeFi potentially, which requires, though, to assess their actual value, something we are working on, because this is much harder than with a heterogeneous token, which has a predefined price and higher liquidity. I think the other perspective here is NFTs in DeFi, when the NFT is actually part of the DeFi stack. So here again, the example of DR Arts, but obviously the Uniswap liquidity pool position is a great example. Or for example, Genesis Shards, a project we provide an Oracle feed to, who's basically creating an NFT representing a pre-IDO token, and hence creating liquidity for a previously unliquid position. So I think DeFi is, as we know them by now, or which make up the majority of that. So collectibles, arts, assets in the metaverse can be used in the in the existing DeFi stack as collateral, but the non-fungible tokens are also used as part of the stack.
Thank you, Paul. Allan.
Yeah. So what's interesting was, a week ago I read an article on, I forget the name of the project, but they actually have listed an NFT property. So, property ownership, leasing opportunities. So this individual actually listed their home on an NFT real estate marketplace, and there was actually some bids for that property. So this is something that's really, really amazing, and it's a real life use case. I know this may not work under many jurisdictions, but it's quite innovative, because it's changing the way one of the oldest industry today. So not only finance, but real estate. And, even when I got into crypto, I had to make a decision. Do I want to invest into property, or do I want to invest into crypto? And for the main reason is liquidity, right? And now if we're providing liquidity and ease of transfer, and making it easy for someone to sell or buy their property or the property rights, I think that's extremely innovative. And that's going to change a lot. But yeah, it may take a while for that adoption to take over, but that's something that I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's an exciting topic. Real estate has, I know that a lot of people actually entered crypto space because of real estate tokenization, because real estate is, it's very important asset class, it's very important investment for everybody. And with securities and with complexities of tokenization and digitization of assets, it's been challenging to push this forward. But I see that NFTs and transferring assets into NFTs is really changing the possibilities and opportunities in the space, and something that's been really liquid is now perceived differently because of the metaverse, because of the interest, the hype in this space, because like Sotheby's and Christie's are really, those also kind of really fundamental, kind of institutional organizations that are moving collectibles for centuries. They're now in this space, and we have headlines and we have a lot of attention, and that helps us to boost innovation. Long, what is your opinion on the role of NFTs in DeFi?
Yeah, I think NFT have a lot of potential. If we are looking at crypto economy right now, the biggest market cap is belong to Bitcoin and then Ether, right? And I think currently the fungible token, the fungible token have a bigger market value, but I think maybe like 5-10 years down the road, the NFT market cap will be bigger. So if you look into it, I don't think any one particular token will be bigger than Bitcoin or Ether, but there are just so many kind of NFT, right? NFT is representing digital land, digital assets, digital art, and together, right? They can represent most of the value in the crypto economy along the road. So yeah, I think Allan is mentioned about liquidity. I think that's super important to make to assess the value of NFT correctly, and to create a market for them. And I think that's will naturally develop when the crypto economy expand further in the future.
So how do you think NFTs post-frenzy future will develop in DeFi, and how does it affect the centralized finance ecosystem as a whole? So what is the major drive in your opinion, like from your project's perspective? How do you see your clients perceiving NFTs? How do you see your communities operating with NFTs, trading them, or what is going on right now in the DeFi ecosystem? What is this drive that is pushing our ecosystem forward?
One model I really like is the model of NFT used in XC Infinity. I also own a few pieces of lands in XC Infinity, and they plan to build a virtual world called Roseon, in which players can buy and sell land, right? And in each piece of lands, people can hold different type of tournament games. So I think that's probably like the way to go. You need to create something fun and something the community want to play, right? And I think game is one of the biggest attraction to the younger generation. And but also, game like XC Infinity actually have something very valuable from the blockchain industry. That is, they have unique digital asset, right? That the owner as truly belonging to player, and player can own it. They can actually export in the future. So I think there will be more games like XC Infinity. For example, we have Sandbox, we have Decentraland, and some other game company as working on their games. Some of them will be popular, and I think what is really exciting is when different game, right? They kind of like interacting with each other, creating a kind of like a shared universe in which one player can move from one game to another, right? I think that's where I think the NFT and the crypto economy is going to.
Yeah, Allan, Paul, what do you think? What is the future of NFTs? Metaverse, multiverse? What is it going to be?
Let me
let's start with you.
Speak first then. You know, I mean, gaming is a huge market, and I think in finance it's big. I'm more, you know, I like to focus on the smaller stuff. So I believe even the music industry is going to be revolutionized. And you know, like I talk about this all the time with all of my friends and my colleagues is, you know, MP3, right? MP3 made digitized music. Apple helped with the distribution through the iPod, right? But now if we get all the musicians coming on board and do some exclusive, you know, I don't know if anyone here is old enough. Back in the days when Blockbuster was selling records, people were lining up for a record, and you know, and that record was so easily scratched, and then the whole thing is garbage. It's a piece of round black plastic, but people like it, right? So now you know, imagine you have a famous DJ like Dead Mouse. Dead Mouse is huge, and he's already jumped on the NFT train. But more musicians and releasing exclusive soundtracks, right? You know, then you have this bragging right that I own this one piece of, you know, exclusive piece. And then of course, the other stuff is the other stuff in collectibles is like cars. People love to collect cars, collectibles, you know, any of these high expensive, high value things as collectibles. Collectibles are a game changer for NFT.
Yeah, I think we saw with this absolutely staggering fast growth of the NFT space that adoption is really driven by creativity and things people like. So this is how you really get people involved who are not just purely interested in financial systems. So I expect the market to keep on growing very fast, as there are limitless use cases of an NFT. So it just connects something which is desirable to and creates the ability to transfer it. So what Long was referring to, being able with an NFT to abstract the platform you're actually using completely, and being able to transfer a wearable, an asset across different metaverses, I think is extremely interesting. And I think next growth paradigm can really become the connectivity of such NFTs to DeFi, because the growth of the complete market cap of NFTs is staggering big. But when we looked at what drove really DeFi last summer, was the utility, what you could do with the value. So I think if we are able to capture the complete market cap of NFTs, or just a part of it, and being able to use it in yield generating products, I think this will be a huge catalyst, not only to NFTs, but potentially DeFi. So I hope we're providing the necessary rails, and we are working on that to make this very easy plug and play for applications to be built. So this one, what I'm quite excited about, to have really this NFT ecosystem being boosted by the ability of using it as capital in DeFi.
That's a great point, Paul. And also for the DeFi, Unique Network is now working on advanced features, so something that wasn't possible in previous infrastructures and middleware. And since Polkadot is offering interoperability and scalability, we have the opportunity to have refundable mode. So you can potentially break down your expensive NFT into, so let's say you have a CryptoPunk, it costs $1 million. You can break it down into pieces. Each piece will cost $1 now. So you can purchase it as a fund and distribute it as dividends among the owners. And then this $1 piece becomes a fungible token, so you can bring it onto the market and for price discovery, essentially. So this is like the new kind of one of a few tools that are becoming possible now, and I'm really excited about what can be done in this collaboration, in this mergence of NFT space and DeFi space, as the usage is growing, lending, borrowing, different forms of ownership are possible now, because the most important thing is now the ownership, right? You can prove your ownership and you can exercise the bundle of rights over the object you own. So that's an exciting thing for me. Let's move on to the next question. So what are some examples of NFT projects? So let's say, what is your favorite NFT project in this space? Or what is the most exciting feature of the project you're working on? So Paul, what is the most exciting thing for you about DIA?
Yeah, I'm just focusing on one aspect here, the interoperability we're providing. So at DIA, we're sourcing different NFT information, and NFTs are not like a fungible token where you get all the information on chain, but there's a lot of information which is actually off chain. So when it comes, for example, to assessing a value of an asset, so let's say there's a CryptoPunk, the last transaction, this is maybe 5 years ago. So is it worth that last transaction price? Probably not. We know the on-chain information, we're pulling that, but we're looking then at different marketplaces and looking what are the last bids, how many of them were they, and how does this CryptoPunk with its attributes compare to other ones who have just been traded. So this is basically the information we're pulling, we're ingesting it, and we're providing this by an API on Oracle, being it on Substrate or Ethereum, Matic, whatever, where you need it. And this is what we believe, which will enable actually to assess a value and then say, hey, how much what's the collateralization ratio for lending this NFT potentially can provide me. So I'm quite excited that we are working on this infrastructure to really connect DeFi to NFTs and make that capital more efficient and provide yield on it. And then there are a couple of projects, just to name these, we're excited to work together where we provide oracles to Genesis shards. I already mentioned also on Polkadot, currently live on BSC, which provide pre-IDO token, Seascape, which combines NFTs with gaming. Also super exciting. A couple of other ones where we're working together, which I can't disclose as of now yet, but this is the stuff I'm most excited about.
Super exciting, a lot of projects. Long, can you please tell us about your favorite NFT project and the best part of TomoChain that you enjoy working on the most?
Yeah, I like HC Infinity, like I told you. So I like kind of like game playing. That's create a virtual world, right? That's and there's SDK for the end user to create new things. And I also really like CryptoPunk. I think they have they already have the most value crypto non-fungible token, right? Yeah, in the crypto economies. And I think that's the reason why crypto community values the work they did so much. And in TomoChain, right, we are infrastructure developer. I think so. You can think of TomoChain like somewhat like Matic and Polygon. We in fact fully EVM compatible, so you can use on the Ethereum tools on TomoChain. So it is somewhat like a POS sidechains. And we are working with some of our community members. And what we are doing is looking at CryptoPunk. Because for TomoChain, we naturally have a strong communities in Vietnam. And a lot of Vietnamese developers want to build something on TomoChain. So we try at the initial state, we try to recreate some of the good NFT experience on TomoChain, such as TomoPunk. somewhat equivalent to CryptoPunk, and also games. We're working on a few game projects on TomoChain as well.
That's super exciting. TomoPunks, that's something to remember. Allan, what is your favorite NFT project? And what are you working on in Roseon Finance? I saw actually on your website you have this cool cool character. Does it mean anything, or do you like NFT? Did you make an NFT of it?
Yes, we have an NFT collection for our company and of course our mascot. But because we're focusing in the Southeast region as well, so this is especially in Vietnam, a very young audience, and we're more of a lifestyle crypto finance app. So we want to be a little bit younger and not so serious like the HSBC, you know. So we try to add a little bit of color and a little bit of fun. But of course, you know, we are a crypto asset management app. So we take security and yield serious. But there's two projects that I'm very excited about. So we're launching, we're partnering with a project that does NFT, I guess, gaming, right? So you stake, and it applies to the sports world. So right now we have the NBA playoff, and then we have the World Cup, right? Not the World Cup. So you know they're gamifying thing by staking specific games, and then you can actually use the tokens to wager on the winning team, right? And then of course NBA. I'm a huge basketball fan coming from North America. So NBA Top Shot. I was looking at the DApp Radar chart. NBA Top Shot is actually top 2 in volume. So you know they get a lot of sales, and all they're doing is really posting memorable basketball statistics and moments onto the blockchain and making them collectibles. So that's really cool. I'm reaching. We're talking to them. I'm hoping that we can do something with them. Yeah.
Exciting. So Allan, what is let's say the most important part or path for NFTs in DeFi, in integration of NFTs into DeFi? What is the thing for the next sort of overseeing future? We cannot really say a couple of years because this space moves so fast that in 1 week so many things happen.
I think the ability to collateralize your assets, either that piece of land that you own or that piece of art or collectible, right? Now you can actually go on NFTX or any other collateral or any platform that takes that holds and collateralizes your art, and then you can lend it out and you can borrow if you need money or you need to earn additional yield. So that's the key here, is putting expensive, high valued asset onto making it more liquid and making it tradable and lendable.
Do you think it will still be sort of exclusive, or it will boost the mass adoption of DeFi and the usage for unbanked and this big problems that we're trying to solve as a blockchain community?
Yeah. So I think for the last 5 months, it's been art and collectibles that's been boosting the value, or to people understand what NFTs are, right? But I think as we mature, this industry mature, I think NFT has to service the finance industry so that it can become a money and earning money making opportunity, right? So putting your portfolio on an NFT or an ETF on an NFT and making that tradable, I think that's value. That's something that's what people want to do, and that's gonna help the industry.
Thank you, Allan. Long, what is your opinion about the most important thing on integrating NFTs into DeFi?
I think I agree with Alan. That's how we can make, how we can assess the value of NFT token accurately. So this can be a capital in DeFi. I think that's the important thing, because some of the NFT token now worth millions of dollars, right? And but at the same time, sometimes it's difficult to sell it outright. So if we have the lending service, so you can lend them out, and or you can use them as collateral to borrow money. That would be a good integration between NFT and DeFi. And I think I see the relationship between NFT and DeFi in the crypto economy is somewhat similar to what is happening in traditional economy between, for example, real estate and finance, right? I think real estate, at least in Asia, I know, real estate is the biggest collateral ever, right? And every economy uses real estate as collateral to borrow money to develop other things. And that makes the economy running. I think the same thing happening in the crypto economy in the next few years.
Very interesting point. Paul, to close our session, your let's say conclusion of this session, and then we move into Q&A. So what is the path for NFT and DeFi integration?
Yeah, I really like Long's analogy of real estate as collateral, comparing with NFT and DeFi. So, and also what Alan said. So, absolutely agreeing that the usage of NFT value within DeFi is the most exciting thing, and I think it requires two things: the access part. So basically front ends that, and NFT users are not your DeFi degan who's super technical, versatile always. So so the ability, for example, just in OpenSea, which is a gateway, for example, to be able to stake your NFT, and then others can use it as collateral and lend against it and share yield to you. So making it very easy for people to get an extra buck on your NBA Top Shot, for example. But in order to do so, it requires on the infrastructure part some building blocks. And here, repeating myself here again, as we're working on that, to actually providing the primitives, what in DeFi are a given, because everything is heterogeneous and it's easy to assess value, to provide really indicators of value, liquidity, and then potential collateral on the NFT. So what we're working on, I think, is important in order to actually have these front ends able to use NFTs. Yes.
Thank you, Paul. So very good point. We have two questions here. How does DeFi make the company money to continue paying the players, and how can it be sustainable? Does anyone want to take a question? Long, Alan?
Sure. I'm not I'm not running a gaming company, and we are not paying the player. But I guess for gaming companies, I think it's an initial bootstrap of their own economy by paying the player a little bit of money in the end at the beginning. I think the goal here is that they want to build a loyal community, and from the community they can together build a self-sustained economy, right? Like Axie Infinity economy or decentralized economies. I think that's the goal, right? The paying money to the player is not going to last forever. That's for sure.
Alan, did you want to add to this?
Yeah. So similar to how banks make money is they you put your money into the savings account, and then they would then re-lend it out to the network of lenders, right? So this is how the crypto and the DeFi the industry will continue to make money. Is Aave is a perfect example where you take your crypto assets, either Link, DIA, or TomoChain. I don't think TomoChain's on Aave yet, but eventually it will, right, Long? But you can borrow against that, and from a banker or a crypto bank or a crypto asset company, we take the staked fund and then we re-lend it out, and that's what Yearn Finance and all of these DeFi projects do. Is they do the Lego, the money Lego thing, borrowing and reborrowing and reborrowing and reborrowing of the borrowed. But it's easier and it's faster in this world, in this DeFi world, than in traditional bank, because the traditional bank is like, hey, HSBC, can you do this? I got a couple of billion. No, in DeFi, it's just smart contract, and it's fast and it's scalable. Not yet, but it will be, right, Long?
Yeah, Alan.
Thank you so much, everyone, for the panel. Unfortunately, our time is up. Paul, Alan, Long, thank you for the conversation. And thank you for our audience for questions and being here today with us.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Irina.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.